Good morning, Scott School, on this terrific Tuesday, February 25th. Wowzers, wowzers, the temperature has been climbing, and today it is actually quite warm outside compared to what we experienced last week. It is projected to reach 49 degrees today, friends, which is super exciting. But a couple of things about those warming temps to be mindful of. One, we still wear coats outside unless it's above 50 degrees. It might even be 50 degrees and above. I'd have to look at the language, but 50 is kind of your mark, your milestone mark that you still need to wear a coat. If you're waiting around at the pickup loop after school and you have your coat on and it's around 50 degrees and it's not zipped, that's fine, right? But we just want to make sure that you are equipped for the weather. So, I don't want to hear any guff from anybody about not wearing a coat outside because it is warm. It's not that warm. It's warming up, but you still need to wear a coat unless it's 50 or above 50. I'm not sure which, but 50 is your milestone marker. Also, it is muddy out. That's what happens when spring starts to show itself. The ground gets muddy because the snow is melting. Please, friends, stay on the sidewalk when you're walking into the building. We want to protect our landscaping or our yard area, for one. And number two, probably even more importantly, I don't want anyone to have muddy feet and wet socks coming into school that you have to sit in all day. So please make sure you're walking on hard surfaces and avoiding puddles. And then, in addition, friends, I know so many of you want to bust out the shorts. I get it. Please wait until it's above 50 degrees because you still will be going out for recess and it still will be chilly. So that's the last thing I'm going to remind you about. And I'm pretty excited about these warming temperatures. Hopefully, they stick around for a while. It would be nice if Mother Nature was saying spring is on its way and it was here to stay. The other thing I want to remind you about today is, and I'm going to give a deep growl. That's my red zone growl. I am giving you a red zone growl and not encouraging you to do that, but that's how I feel inside when I'm seeing and hearing students being disrespectful. That is not what I expect here at Scott School or all adults expect or other students expect of each other. We are a respectful, responsible, and safe learning community here. And more, I'm seeing and hearing students tell adults no, or they just ignore the direction, or they actually do the opposite or continue to just do what they want to do. Friends, if an adult here is asking you to do something that is reasonable, which we're not going to ask you to do something unreasonable, please show us your personal best and follow the direction. It is really pushing my buttons, throwing me into the red zone a bit because I know each and every one of you know what is expected. And my question to you is, would you behave that way to a trusted adult at home? My guess is probably not. So that means, come on, friends, let's pull it back together. If or when you're asked to do something, follow the direction. Just do it respectfully and continue to demonstrate the personal best because we know you can do it. And now on to Mrs. Schwartz.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Reha. Let's see, friends, we have our word of the week, and our word of the week is an adjective, immaculate, which means very clean or spotless. And then we have this fun little cartoon that goes along with it. You've got some pigs that are hanging out, and the one pig says, I think this place was immaculate once. Look what I found under the mud at the entrance. And the sign says, please wipe your feet. Ba-dum-bum. Ha-ha. So see if you can use immaculate or find it in your reading. We've got some Panther Pride winners this morning from Miss Fleagle's class, Abby, Maddie, Jenna, and Owen. From Miss Kalonic's class, Harper, Andrew, Charles, and Emery. From Miss Anderson's class, PJ and Mackenzie. From Mrs. Young's class, Jack and Elias. From Miss Sovie's class, Stephen and Noah. From Mrs. Carr's class, William and Carly. And finally, from Mrs. Toast's class, Derek and Kenzie. Congratulations, friends. We will have our Panther Pride celebration later this week on Thursday. More info on that to come. Let's go ahead and stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a terrific Tuesday, Scott School, and remember, be respectful.